Sometimes I don't think I articulate my points well. A guy I respect, I enjoy his videos. His screen name is Kev Trooper 19D. He did an interesting video today about putting the M9 bayonet on the current CZ offering. And I made a comment about what a shame it is that we do not teach rifle bayonet training anymore. I've been thinking about that. And if y'all want to listen to my rant, just hear me out. We don't teach rifle bayonet training. I don't know what kind of combatives training the military currently does. When I was at the police academy with the state guard, we got a little bit, just enough to pick a fight and get your butt kicked. And I also have learned that we've canceled the Claymore mine and all kinds of interesting things, and I don't know where the eggheads in the Pentagon are trying to take us, but I still think they suffer from what I call Desert Storm fever. I'm talking about the rout of 1991, where the planes flew in, they bombed the Iraqis to submission, the tanks ran over what was left, and it was over inside of 100 hours. A little background on me. I've worked as a security contractor. I've done some DoD accounts, and I did some work for the Air Force. And the snowflake training I saw the Air Force subjecting their security forces people to, I found it personally alarming how woke they are. Now this might be indicative of this might not apply to the full-time Air Force. This is largely the Air National Guard, where females like that are in their security forces are allowed to bring their children to post while they are on duty as SF, or as the Army calls them, MPs. Don't say anything mean. Don't do anything. I just can't. I'm not really going to go into that, but I think you get the idea where I'm going with this. So PC, you better not say anything that can be construed as racist, harmful, or anything. A friend of mine that was in the full-time Army, then went over to the Army National Guard. He was in the Tennessee Army National Guard, and he was talking about this event where your rack of your ribbons on your Class A uniform is called your rack. And they had some senior NCO who had been in for a long time, and he was in his Class A uniform, and he comes out of a room, and someone sees like his chest full of ribbons, and he's like, "Hey, nice rack." Of course, there's some female soldier down the hallway, and I use the term soldier loosely, use that as an excuse to feel sexually harassed, and went crying to the CO about how she felt sexually harassed. And of course, since it's a female screaming sexual harassment, you know, the witch hunt that follows. Well, anyway, I just got done listening to an audiobook a few weeks ago called Coldest Winter. And it's about some very brutal fighting that took place during Korea. I don't understand why Korea does not get talked about much. If younger people today knew what really happened there, it is frightening. Well, anyway, there's this battle. I don't remember which one it was. They're trying desperately to halt the Chinese advance. And there's this American unit. I think they're with the Ninth Infantry Division? I might be wrong. Um, they're in danger of being overrun. They've got a good defendable position, and the Chinese, since they've got the bodies to waste, they are just throwing wave after wave after wave of people at the American positions who are dug in. Well, there's this one part during the battle where they really wanted to take out this American machine gun nest, and there was a group of Chinese soldiers, and basically they were armed with a long stick with a stick of dynamite attached to the end, with a wire, with some way to fire it electrically on the other end of the stick. And a mass of men would approach this position until they were all machine gunned. Then a mass of men would pick that stick up, advance another few meters before they're all dead. Then another mass of men would pick up that stick, make a few meters, then they're all dead. Then another mass of men would pick up that. Yeah, in other words, there's this pile of bodies from their start point all the way to the position to where they finally get that stick of dynamite into the fighting position and blast it. They traded hundreds of men to kill a handful of American soldiers and take out one machine gun. Okay, now that I've told you this horrific story, what would happen today with today's military fighting an enemy like that? I mean, think about it. The stress level. What if the enemy is screaming racial epithets while they are approaching? How many people are going to pull out their card and demand a break? I'm not being sarcastic. Yeah, well, maybe I am. I don't know, but it just got me thinking. And what would happen if we had to fight someone that brutal and we didn't have the Air Force on tap to come bomb them? I mean, I'm talking about having to throw down an old school beatdown. Even the Marine Corps is getting rid of their main battle tanks. I'm just wondering, those of you that are prior military or current military that watch my videos, is the U.S. military still capable of throwing somebody a beating if our technology is taken from us? Have a good night.